when we stand together and we fight, it makes our relationship stronger. And to have somebody to win a victory with, it's just on a whole nother level of joy and intimacy that you just can't foster any other way. For us, I think one of the good things about being married is having a confidant, a friend, someone that's always there, that you can laugh with and get your jokes, those inside jokes that only you and your spouse has. And that takes time to build, but when you get there, it's like, it's really cool to have that, where if I give you that certain look, everybody has that signal like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those are the things that you really come to appreciate in marriage, and the longer you're married, it becomes even sweeter, I think.
Yeah. I would say if I had to go for one thing that was most underrated, it would be the inside jokes.
Yeah.
That those things that just between the two of you. I mean, everyone looks for that in life, friends that you can have a circle with, that things, and that just between the two of you or a group of friends. And so you have that with someone special who is just the two of you. No one else knows what it means, what it's about, and it's just something that you share. And in those moments where you're sitting on the couch and you have a memory that's just between the two of you, that's something that is just like your personal world, your personal universe that's just singular to you, and I think that's pretty cool. I think also, I think one of the best parts, still in that friendship vein of things, is those interests that you guys develop together that you didn't necessarily have before. That was to yourself. Like, for example, one thing that we really enjoy is going to the beach, and I didn't grow up care too much about it, but once we had gotten together and we started going, it was just something that for us was like, we really enjoyed doing this, and it wasn't something that I brought into it or that you brought into it. It's kind of our thing. TV shows that we watch, we have memories.
Those are random bad movies. Like every now and then we'll go, let's find a bad movie to watch, because we love to critique movies, and that's kind of our little thing that we do. So that's always fun, to just find those random bad movies and then just talk about it and joke about it. And just some of the more intimate details, like just, I don't know, I'm about to say this on offline, but to be able to have like morning breath and see each other at its worst and still don't get like turned off. Like being able to be that crude and comfortable with one another. I can think about a lot of stuff, especially when I was pregnant. The things that my husband would do for me because I couldn't do it for myself. I'm not going to even discuss that here. But at first, right. At first, I was like, don't do it. And he's like, babe, what? You're not freaked out by this. Like, I'm okay. And I was freaked out about it. I know y'all were like, what are you talking about? But, it's personal. But I'm just saying, but just being that comfortable with each other, and you just feel really loved in that moment, even though it may be awkward, but you just feel really loved and protected. We've seen each other at our worst, I guess, up to this point, and we still in love with one another, and it gets better each and every day.
I think what makes the most important part of marriage, and makes marriage so special, that you don't always necessarily think about, is that you have someone to go through things with.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there are seasons of life that just come, and sometimes it's individual to you, and other times it's something that you and your spouse both go through. And when those moments happen, even though the situation may be bad, you're kind of in the midst of a storm, and there's nothing necessarily going on that's a moment of relief. There's this moment of going through that storm together, where it's at night and you guys are just holding on to each other, sometimes like literally so, not just figuratively. And it's just y'all and Jesus. And it's like, I'm glad I have someone to go through this with. I'm glad I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Someone that can understand. And that's why it's so dangerous, just to throw a marriage lesson in here, to ever get to a point where y'all stop communicating, and when you start hiding things from each other. And we've coached different couples, going through different issues. And one thing that I always like to tell them is, hey, when y'all are going through something, don't become each other's enemies. Understand that y'all both don't like the situation that you're in. So why are y'all attacking each other? Join together and face the situation, but don't turn each other into enemies, because y'all both want something better for your lives and y'all can be each other's greatest partner. What's interesting that the devil likes to do when he brings tribulations against you is he'll try to divide you. Even though it's neither spouse's fault, whatever it is that's going on, he'll try to divide you and have you at each other's throats because of the stress of what's going on. But don't give in to the temptation to allow that to happen. Instead, join together and say, hey, we're going to fight through this situation together. And in those moments when everything's not going right, but y'all have each other, that's one thing that you can lean on and say, wow, I'm glad I have you. And
Yeah.
I've said that to you many times when
Yeah.
we go through something. You know, I'm glad I'm going through this with you. And no one
Yeah, a
else.
house divided cannot stand. And so the devil always attacks communication
Yeah.
because you just can't get anything done when you can't communicate. There's so many examples of how miscommunication has destroyed so many things.
Yeah.
Not just in relationships,
Yeah.
but in politics and government and wars and all kinds of stuff has happened because somebody didn't communicate right. You know, don't press the button. What do you say? Press the button. Boom. You know, it's just all of that. So it's really good to have the communication down pat. But yeah, like you're right, going through things together and especially coming out on the other end of that with a victory, it just solidifies your relationship even more. We were a testament of that. Like, stuff comes against us. You know, devil's always trying to find his way through. But, you know, when we stand together and we fight, it makes our relationship stronger. And to have somebody to win a victory with, it's just it's on a whole nother level of joy and intimacy that you just can't foster any other way.
And it builds something that often isn't talked about when you're looking at the main tenet of a successful marriage. Was very important is it builds your respect for one another.
Yeah, it does.
When y'all can get through something, it builds your respect. And respect is very important in marriage, just like love and affection and intimacy. Respect is hugely important because when you don't respect someone, it's hard to work with them. But you know, I gain respect for you when we go through trials and tribulations, and I gain respect for you when I'm weak, but you're the one that holds me accountable and lifts me back up. And that builds respect. And that's something that is not easy for someone else, you know, to come in and break through because, again, those sort of inside moments, those inside stories only you share. Someone on the outside doesn't have that. You know, you try to be tempted to cheat, to be unfaithful with someone, but you remember everything that you share with this person that goes far deeper than something even physical. And it makes it that much harder for someone to break through and to find a crack. But again, it's all about whether or not you're fostering that friendship and not hiding those things from each other and closing in yourself, because it's possible to be the kind of person. I was this kind of person where when I'm going through something or I'm stressed or I'm worried, instead of talking about it, I would just go into my own head and kind of close off. You could tell that I was doing that, and you would require that I open up, you know, and speak about whatever it was that I was dealing with. So if you're one of those kinds of people that kind of closes in when you're going through something, you have to fight against that sort of second nature to do that, so that you don't rob yourself of one of the most important parts of marriage. So if I had to pick one, the best part of marriage, I think it's that teamwork, it's that unity, it's that thing that's only forged in fire, you know, and it comes through time spent being married. It's not something that you see or figure out when you first meet each other, when you first get engaged. Only after you've been married for a certain amount of time, after a few years, that you begin to see that thing come to life, and it is forged in fire. And it's something that makes the display of love and all the posts that you make on Instagram that look all lovey-dovey worth it, and it makes it validated and matter, because behind all the smiles and behind all the good moments that are picture perfect is something real. That's a foundation that validates and allows for those moments to happen.
Yeah, I mean, and just some of the more quirky stuff, you know, just being able to, like, on a Saturday afternoon, just sit on the couch and you're not really saying anything. You just kind of chilling, reading a book, watching TV, and you just can be you just want to be in each other's presence, but you don't have to really be saying anything. But just knowing that they're there is a comforting feeling, and you just feel safe. The foot rubs for me, I like that, and the massages, cooking my favorite meal. I don't know, just the cuddles. knowing what I like the way I like it.
Yeah.
Knowing how to get a response out of me. Like, yeah, I know what to do. I want to get a response out of him. Like, I know exactly what to do, what's going to put a smile on his face, learning those things.
Yeah.
It's a long list, and everything is unique to each marriage.
Yeah, because I think about some of the seasons that you go through that are kind of fun. It's different things, you know. I remember there was a season of time when we were in an apartment, and at this point we were living in between floors. We were on the second floor, so there was people above us, people beneath us, and people above us were so loud, and there was a period of time where they had moved out, and so for that few months there was peace.
Yes.
And I have a specific memory of us, and I don't know what it was we were doing, but I was chasing you around the house. I don't know if I was tickling you or throwing a pillow at you or something like that, but you were laughing and running, and we were just loud. But in that moment, there was no one above us or beneath us. So we could just be as loud and as free as we wanted. And I remember just kind of like a snapshot of that moment that's just seared in my memory of just the beauty of that moment. It was just fun. Like, there was nothing to it. It was just freedom. It was fun. And I don't even know what all was going on in our lives at that point, but that moment was fun. There's a moment where we binge watched all of Naruto. And, you know, I had watched it before, but getting to watch all her reactions and everything, and, you know, just being able to share that between each other and have those references and being able to talk about it. This is
all pre-kid, you know, pre-child, you know, but even going through that season,
together,
you know, finding out we were pregnant and just imagining what we were going to be like as parents, and then actually being parents. And, you know, we think about all the different seasons with JJ, and you know, what was our favorite season with JJ, even though we still got like a whole lifetime with him. But, you know, just thinking about all those things. And it's good to take moments to appreciate that, because life was a blur. Like, you blink and it's 5 years later. And so, yeah, even sitting here now, I'm thinking like, wow, we've had some really good times. Or like the time when we got our new cars, and it's a particular restaurant that we like that's no longer here in our area. But there was one like
90 minutes away.
Yeah, 90 minutes away from us. So it was like, you know what? And you had to work the next day. And I had to work the next day. But it was just like, we're going to get in our car and we're just going to drive. And we went there to literally get ice cream and french fries.
That was it?
And that was it. And we came back home.
The waitress lady was like, where you guys from? I was like, oh, we're from way out. She was like, oh, wow, well, come visit us again. You know?
So just being able to be spontaneous and do things like that. Just fun. Or when we did a double feature at the movie.
Yeah.
Again, this is pre-JJ life, but even now, having a son and finding ways to have fun with him.
We took a drive just recently, and we didn't know where we were going. We were just driving, and he's in the backseat.
And pretty much paid a toll just to go make a U-turn.
Yeah, lost together plenty of times.
Oh, yeah.
Getting lost in cornfields while going on vacation. Yeah.
We are notorious for getting lost with one another, but it's kind of like our thing now. We don't even freak out anymore because
as
long as we're together and we got gas in the car, we'll be all right.
Oh, getting dropped off in Washington, D.C., close to the Lincoln Memorial in the middle of a 4-lane speeding highway.
Just, you know, all kinds of things, you know. It's a long list. So a lot of the underrated things is the things that people really don't write about, you know, that you don't make posts about.
And things that some people will never know. There's some secrets y'all carry with you till your grave.
Exactly. You know? You will not know some stuff. Oh my God. You're just not gonna do that.
But it makes it beautiful.
But I think that's just being able to embrace each other's flaws and learning to love them for who they are and grow and develop with one another and giving each other grace. And that's why it's so important. We teach giving grace and acceptance of one another, because that makes it easier to have these moments. And some of the things that used to bother me a lot about him, you know, I don't take it as serious as much as I used to. And so we can have more fun.
And that's the other thing, kind of like, just take we're just kind of get off topic here, but might as well. Take seasons of life, because those moments don't last forever. Sometimes you got a season that's stressful, like, you know, when our son, when he was a newborn, you know, getting no sleep. But now he sleeps peacefully through the night. And it's like, okay, that season seemed like so harsh at the moment, but then it's just, okay, you moved on to something else, you know, and realizing that the things that you like or dislike, don't hold so tightly to them, because over time, those things change and your likes and dislikes will change, but you hold so tightly to them that you don't give it an opportunity. I remember when we first got married, I hated going grocery shopping. I just did not like grocery shopping. I did not like grocery shopping with my wife. That was my flaw. I just didn't like doing it. I would huff and puff. I just did.
Yeah, you did not like it at all.
But now it's kind of secretly one of my favorite moments. Like we go out together and we're going shopping and things like that. I'm into it now. Like, I'm involved. And I remember the day that I realized I didn't hate it anymore. And I was cool with it. And it was weird. I was like, when did that change? And I think that's the moment that I realized that I am capable of just changing my interests and that I shouldn't get so stuck in what I think I like because, and I don't know what I did. It was nothing that deep, but one day it just changed.
Yeah, I mean, now it's just a family adventure. It's like a family date night when we go and go shopping and, so yeah, you do grow over time and things that you used to despise. And I understand why you like shopping with me. I'm a very slow shopper. And I'm very indecisive about stuff. Like, I know what I want, but I want to read labels.
You are a shopper.
I am a shopper.
I'm a grocery procurer. You send me with a list, and I will go get those things and come right back out. Yeah. She will shop around, compare it, all that kind of stuff.
I will, and then I like, do I want to get that? I'm gonna come back to that. Like, I'm gonna go around and come back to that again. Yeah. So I can see what I'll probably get tired of shopping with me too.
But now it's like I'm just cool with it. It's like, I don't know. I'm spending time with her. So, so give it grace, give it time, and just enjoy the little things.
Yeah.
Because those are the little things are what make up each day.
Yeah.
Yes, there are big vacations and there's big romantic moments and milestones and all that, but those typically, they don't come every day.
Yeah.
But the little moments, the little daily moments,
And honestly, tomorrow is not promised. Mm-hmm. So you need to value the moments you have with one another and invest in those as much as you can.
You want to think, if today was your last day, maybe you didn't take the big grand vacation that was on your bucket list or the big romantic gesture, but did you take advantage and enjoy the moments, those dull, mundane moments? Did you enjoy them? Did you take advantage of them? Did you just enjoy living in the moment? Because if that was your last day, I hope that you took the time to enjoy it.